Hello, everybody. Good to see you back. Happy to do some math with you today. Today, we're going to be estimating quotients with two-digit divisors. And I want you to think about the question, how do you estimate division problems? So pause your video, and you're going to think about that and get ready to write out your answer. And as you're thinking about that, ask yourself, how is it different than estimating multiplication? Go ahead and pause your video now. Sometimes when I get a really tough question like this, it helps me to use little numbers to think about my thinking. So if I have these easy numbers, 2 goes into 25, or 25 divided by 2, I can estimate by simply finding a number that's easy to divide by 2. So I'm going to, at this point, kind of skip the rounding and go straight for friendly numbers. I could either choose 2 goes into 24, and I would know that that was 12. Or I could say 2 goes into 26, which I don't know off the top of my head quite as easily, but that would work also. What if we had 3 goes into 17. Well, thinking of friendly numbers, I know 3 times 5 is 15. So I could go 3 goes into 15. And those are still very close numbers. And I would have an estimate of 5. Well, now that we've got that straight in our mind, how would I estimate division? I would use friendly numbers to estimate division. So to explain that better, I would use numbers that easily go together in a division problem. Okay, are you ready to get harder? All right, here's my math problem. Our school needs to buy posters for a fundraiser. We have a budget of $147. Each poster costs $13. Make sure you always see an estimate about how many posters can we buy to advertise for the fundraiser. Okay, it's division. I see the word about. I think to myself, estimation. Now, what friendly numbers am I going to use? All right, this is your chance. Pause your video and set up your problem. Okay, is this what you got? I hope not. Because we are supposed to be having an estimate. This might be the first thing you thought, though. These are the actual numbers I would use. Now, what would be some friendly numbers I could use that would be easy to divide in my head? Okay, and this is what I came up with. I love tens. Tens are way easier to use in division than 13s. And then any big number that ends in 0 is easy to divide with a 10. So we know that 10 goes into 150 15 times. I can double check that by thinking 10 times 15 equals 150. Here's my base number, 1 times 15. 1 times 15 equals 15. Now I have to add that place value in. So 10 times 15 equals 150. All right, you guys, we're going to practice a tiny bit more. Okay, here's your next one. You're probably looking at that going, wait, what? Mrs. Stafke, no, that one's too hard. But I have confidence in you. Here's my hint. Think lots of zeros. Okay, you could think 100 goes into 500 approximately 5 times, and that would give you a pretty close answer, pretty easy to do. This would be much more of a challenge. Really friendly numbers, lots of zeros, 5s, 1s. Those are easy to go together. Next problem, and our last problem we're going to do together, is 355 goes into 54. Remember, you're giving me an estimate. Pause your video and set it up with your friendly numbers. Here's mine. 50 goes into 350. Now, using the properties that I used in our last lesson, I know that I could imagine away these two zeros and I would have the same answer. 50 goes into 350 or 5 goes into 35 7 times. That made it super easy. All righty. So just a little quick review. 5 goes into 35 7 times, so 50 goes into 357 times, so 500 would go into 3,507 times. If that's still a sticky point for you, I want you to go back and watch yesterday's video and really think about this and try to figure out those patterns. All right, you guys, I know you're going to be amazing on your assignment, and I can't wait to see the math you do. Hello, everybody.